Hello everybody, I am Jeffrey Hauser, Rebook711 on Twitch, Rebook711 on Rebook711 Plays on YouTube, and I am resuming my playthrough of Mage's Initiation. Now, I actually completed this section of the game that I'm going to be playing through, which I did like the first half, the first task. Then the whole second day I had some audio issues, so I'm actually replaying. It's not my very first playthrough because I lost. So I'm going to go back to right where I left off. So I had a lot of frustration, and actually what I'm going to do here, I had a lot of frustration looking around trying to solve trying to basically get this blue gem for these thief guys. And I did get some progress on that after the fact. So they tell you to go. So first off, I didn't realize this is where it does actually split off. And we have
in this seasonally warm
dead weeds here, but I'm going to cool the weeds.
These weeds look susceptible to frost.
There. And that's I spent a bunch of time walking around in circles trying to find this.
Ugh. That was unpleasant.
It isn't far. The base of the mountains.
This had better be worth my time. Valuable items, you say? What sort?
All the kinds you can imagine.
I already own most of them.
There are those and more. Here, I brought your looking glass.
Hurry it up, then.
The house seems empty. That's handy. In any case, I'll have time to feel bad about it later. Now, where can I find this safe combination code that Fen spoke of? I don't have time. That?
Thanks! The water temperature is always too high in here.
I don't have... Draped. That while I'm not a chain. They say it. A large, there are some light finger smudge marks on the surface, but I can't quite make them out.
I have a really bad habit of clicking through the text, and it makes the game easy and fun to play, but I think it actually gets kind of annoying when you're watching a playthrough and you just cut off the text immediately, because I read faster than they talk. 5067.
While there's nothing inside. I hope the blue stone wasn't kept here.
It used to be.
Did you say something?
Maybe. Got anything to eat?
Like what?
Well, let's see. I'm a stunningly expensive, equally attractive fish. To say I'm a good catch is an understatement.
Are you baiting me?
Not at all. But now that you mention bait, how about something with a bit of body to go with my gourmet fish flakes? You're sick! If that's a threat, it'll never work!
If I need them... Why do... If I... I want to dis...
Oh. The worm I found in the...
Do I look bland to you? Why would I want some ungarnished worm? Where'd it come from, an apple? Spice up, Mr.
That should make the worm more to... I have already...
At last! Took you long enough. Would you believe that lousy thieving kid forgot to feed me again this morning?
You were saying?
The safe has already been cleared recently by that treacherous servant. Not that there was much inside, just a map of the northern wastelands. The blue stone is kept elsewhere. The master of this dry old house was smart enough not to leave such a valuable possession in so obvious a hiding place. He knows who's trustworthy here, so he did what any wealthy, sensible land mammal would do. Moved it. I hope that treacherous little snitch gets what's coming to him.
Where is the blue stone?
You're looking at it. See that model treasure chest at one end of my tank? Have a guess what's in it.
Don't mind me, little... Ow! Why did you bite me? How did you bite me?
It's not polite to take from others without asking. Since you're a thief, that would be news to you. As to your second question, I am not your average decorative pet. Behold, the fierce four-fanged fish from the fire-freeze fjord of Frakazo.
I should have known.
But you didn't.
Listen, I really need to get into that chest.
Forget it! I'm the guardfish around here, and I say you're not coming near it!
But...
Make yourself useful and find me some dessert!
I don't have time to pander to his every whim. I need him out of the way.
Woof! You can't do this to me! I'm the fierce four-fanged fish from...
The fire freeze fjord...
This is...
Got the blue stone. I need to get out of here before... There's no... I've already taken... The stone is genuine. No need to test its in... I'll put this little guy back. I have my escape.
How didn't see him in my inventory. I wonder if I would have gotten more XP if I had put him back. So that's the one thing I didn't do on my first playthrough. I found the door, but I didn't do... Or I found where the thing was hidden.
He did it!
I can see that, Pug.
That'll teach Hamfed for hoarding his wealth.
I thought you said he lost it in a fair game of Demon's Deal.
Did I? Never mind that. As promised, here is your reward. 50 gold, nothing to sneeze at.
Well, it's not much to sneeze at.
Shut up, Pug.
Huh.
I think the gemstone is worth more than what you're offering.
Is that so? What do you say to that, Pug?
Looks pretty valuable to me.
Pug? Oh, fine. Here's double.
Thank you.
Pleasure was all yours. There were few opportunities for those not born in... You... Watch your back.
So I'm going to go back to the Flyterian Outlook, and basically this is where I left off last time before deciding to go to that little side detour.
Can you take me to Falk's Perch?
All right, hold on.
Hello again. I didn't thank you properly before. Please know I am grateful for your aid.
I'm glad I could help. Tell me, is there any way to see your father?
As an outsider, you will not be able to visit my father's perch without an offering of some kind. Humans are known for their tools and crafts, at least the ones you are permitted to use. Perhaps you could make something for him. I was born 14 years ago, here in my mother's perch. My family has always ruled Flyteria. I wonder, though, if my people could accept a leader who cannot fly. She died 6 years ago. I try not to think about her, but sometimes it is difficult. There are few Flyterians my age in the valley, and they do not share my interest in what is beyond it. How old are you?
16.
I had hoped that, when I am of age, my father would allow me to leave the valley for a time, as he did. I doubt that will ever happen now. Why have you come here?
To obtain a griffin's egg.
You might find that a challenge. The griffins are difficult to approach, and they do not trust strangers. Furthermore, my father will not allow you near them until you have gained his trust. My father is a good leader, strong, devoted, and proud. I only hope I can do him justice when it is my turn, if it is ever my turn. Being the son of the chief is a mixed blessing. What of your father?
I do not know him. At least, not anymore. I haven't seen my family for many years.
That must be difficult.
I try not to think about it. It is an honor to discover your chosen. Worth the sacrifice, so I've been told. They wouldn't remember me anyway.
I doubt that. This is the only home I have ever known. Few Flightarians ever leave the valley. My father was one of them. Before she died, my mother told me of how father often left the mountains. He was different then, more curious and trusting. She told me of his adventures and his interest in the great structures which stood tall and spun with wooden feathers.
Windmills?
He did not know what they were called or what they were for, but they always fascinated him. I have always been interested in the human town ever since I glimpsed it from Crag Peak when I was very small. It must sound strange, but I am not angry. I know I should not have approached the town. Losing a wing's like your kind losing a leg. As my father says, some lessons can only be learned through the hardest sacrifice. I never imagined this, though. For letting you into our valley, it was the least I could do. If you can prove that humans are not responsible for these thefts, maybe my father will change his mind about them. You do not owe me anything, except perhaps to learn what really happened to the missing items. When you asked my father whether he had searched for the stolen property, I wondered how humans could get around unseen, unless they were mages. You are a mage, yes?
Nearly.
I've heard about your kind. You are not like other humans. Could a mage have stolen those things?
It is true that some can move about unseen, but those same mages could not ascend your perches unnoticed.
Drop by again soon.
The heir himself. Falk's closet. A boy's best friend. Falk's bed, or rather, nest. I doubt Falk...
I tried to make one for my father, but I am unfamiliar with the strange object in the center.
You mean the wheel?
Wheel?
Never mind. Falk keeps a wood... tools for... This block of wood reminds me of something. Do you mind if I take this block of wood?
Go ahead. I wasn't sure how to finish it anyway. Drop.
Can you take me down to ground level? This scrap looks like it came from the poster in town. How did it get all the way over this side of the valley?
So I know I need a wheel, and a wheel sort of came up earlier in the game. One of the fenders had a broken cart.
Your incense burner, as promised.
My humblest thanks. May you receive all the blessings your elements see fit to give.
They are your elements, too.
That which is mine, I have. So I thank you for sharing yours.
The one good... This wheel looks broken. May I have it?
You wouldn't take a girl's wheel without compensation, right?
What did you have in mind?
Make me an offer. That seems a fair trade.
Maybe I went too high.
I can't attach them directly. A torn... A single...
Pieces go missing.
How?
No idea. The children, most likely.
Good, blacksmith. Might you attach this wooden wheel and metal pole so that the wheel spins freely at one end? I think he's waiting for me to hand over the items and pay. Is that enough? Thank you, blacksmith. The feathers are... The windmill... Can you take me to Hawking? It's
Drop by. That is a fine gift. Are those my feathers?
yeah. Sorry.
Do not be. My father will want to know you had my blessing to use them. Hold it still while I scratch my mark into the wood. There. My father should approve now.
So he won't fly you back and forth between here. It says I shouldn't ask him if I can jump.
You may enter and present your gift.
An insightful gift. My son listens well to his father's tales. What do you call this?
A windmill.
Windmill. Falk is as I was in my youth. Too much so, I think. But the past is dead, as are those who were taken from us. Only the future matters. My people will survive in spite of human and forest folk treachery.
An emerald. A sundial graces a silver. I believe it is a bath of sorts. A bird bath, to be precise. This depiction must hold special significance for Hawking. The seat of power for the Flytarians. Few enter without invitation. Evidence of the alleged thefts. A pair of torches add a touch of grandeur. The Flytarian crest. In peacetimes or war, the sun shines on its favored flock. Elegant drapes, perhaps not of Flytarian design.
My son has paid the price for placing trust and curiosity in your kind, and will do so for the rest of his life. I blame myself for his lack of intuition. My personal life is no concern of yours, human. Should you ever travel beyond this realm, you will find no nobler bastions of purity. The human town holds little interest to me. The only contact I have with its lord is through his envoys. As it is, we have neither seen nor heard from them in some months. To me, this indicates Miguel no longer desires our protection. It is home to the unclean, the cast-offs of nature. No Flytarian would ever think to nest in there. If I had the wing power, I would lead an assault on those creatures and put an end to their defiling natures for good. As you can see, the evidence held to the light casts the darkest shadow over our human neighbors. Go ahead. Observe the items if you must. You will reach the same conclusion. Humans have been among us, uninvited, bringing nothing but ill intent. 2 items of value only to humans were discovered in separate perches. Nearby was evidence of further transgression. What does it matter what was stolen? That these thefts happened at all is the most pertinent fact. If you must know, they were grooming implements, adornments, small things of that nature. The thefts occurred in separate locations. Condur can take you to those perches.
Evidence of... The owner was evidently a smoker, and I don't think the Flytarians have taken up such vices yet. The mouthpiece is made of brass. A leather gauntlet with brass buckles and silver studs, made for a smallish hand. A leather... Can you take me to the perch where the smoking pipe was found? I can't... A pictureless portrait. A tall dresser. Nothing out of the ordinary. A quaint tea set for two. The Flytarian... You can take... Incredible! A book you can take without getting magically teleported to your private hall. A small... I didn't come... They have already... I am... I see... Locked. It's locked. Can you take me to the perch where the studded gauntlet was found? Some scraps of... Some... The Flytarians are not vegetarians. These scraps of fruit must have come from produce outside of the valley. None of these... Soups and stew... It's locked. Incredible. Someone... Incredible. You can take the... I prefer
You have provided me.
Fruit scraps in the Flytarian village. From my stall, you say?
Yes, they were spread across the floor at the scene of a theft.
I am short a few apples and a banana, but I'd wager it was those children who like playing nearby. They're certainly fast.
May I take a closer look?
They went missing from the crate behind me. Wasteland burrower's teeth are said to contain a protein that increases crop yield when
These are the... something... These are the... These... It's... The fruit scraps in the Flytarian perch likely came from here. Might this brass button have come from the Flytarian village somehow? I should ask around. I found this on the ground nearby. Did you notice who dropped it?
No, I'm afraid not.
I found this on the ground nearby. Did you notice who dropped it?
An item so small, my sight did not catch.
I found this on the ground nearby. Did you notice who dropped it?
Let me see that. Ah, that's the insignia of Ignore. Anyone enacting official duty on behalf of Lord Magile wears a uniform adorned with identical buttons.
Do such important people grace your stall with their presence?
Every day. Why do you ask?
I'm investigating a theft.
I had no idea mages concerned themselves with the trivialities of us lesser folk.
They don't. These thefts occurred in the Flytarian village, possibly by lesser folk, as you say. Do you know who might have dropped this particular button?
Oh, well, nobody comes to mind, I'm sorry to say. Then again, I've never paid close attention to those of the favored quarter. No sense feeding one's envy.
If there's a connection between the displaced fruit and button, I may find it in the Flytarian Valley. The wooden post.
Hardly worth it.
He only seems to...
Brass buttons on.
Shall we... I bet 5 gold coins. You need to... I bet 10 gold coins. I bet 10 gold coins. Now we must make our final bids. I'll go first. I bet 10.
Oh, I got killed.
Looks like I win this round. A decent attempt. Another game. You do not need to bid. I bet 5. I bet 10 gold coins. I bet. Now we must make. I bet.
Wow, getting slaughtered.
Looks like I win this round. The trick is to know when to raise and when to fold. I bet 5 gold coins. I bet 10 gold coins. I bet
really
10 gold coins. Now we must make our final bids. I'll go first. I bet. Looks like I win this round. A decent attempt. Another game.
10, 14, 15. 10. Oh, man. Yeah.
I found this on the ground nearby. Did you notice who dropped it?
Even that which is common is not known to all.
Can you I don't think Condor would.
Strange. I've seen something like that in my cousin's perch. Pekon found it there 2 days ago. We thought it might be a coin of some sort from your town.
You didn't mention this to your father?
It did not seem important. I mean, nothing was stolen.
I should take a look anyway. Can you direct me to your cousin's perch?
Of course. It is on the western side of the valley. Pekon is visiting the Sharpstone Mountains today, but I can permit you entry. Ask Condor. He knows the way.
Can you take me to Pekon's perch?
Pekon, Condor. I'm amused by some of the names of these hawk bird people.
Scattered. These breadcrumbs may have come from the market quarter, just as the fruit scraps did. Scratch. A cozy abode for a. This is the perch of Falk's cousin Pekon. It's where the brass button was found. These scratch marks are too small to belong to even a Flyterian child. Curious. There appear to be limited options when it. There appear a chest containing relatives, local historical figures, whoever they aren't being helpful. Relatives, local historical figures, whoever the Flyterian. If I ever feel.
I can't imagine how my bread could wind up in the valley. I thought all Flyterians were meat eaters.
The pieces came from the torn. The poster.
Thank you. It's heartening to find that there are still decent folk left in the world. I think that's worth more than coin. I've no idea how valuable this feather comb is. Still, it's yours if you want it.
I have need of new...
I possess an item I think someone of your talents would find beneficial. It's a... Watch your back. Watch your...
About that item you mentioned.
I trust you have the money. The price is 70. The price is... The price... The price...
Here are your 70 gold coins.
Thanking you.
The item, please?
Well, there's a slight catch. I meant to say I used to possess the item. The trader I sold it to perished in the wastelands, and I haven't managed to reacquire it.
Finn won't go into the wastelands. He's scared of the
Pug.
Tell me what I need to know.
It's simple, really. Seek the emerald brooch, Karen's tear, from the wastelands, and it's yours. I promise you won't regret it. You will recognize the trader by his serpentine armband.
Which I came across before and couldn't interact with in the wastelands. I do have a map, right? Yeah, here. I'm going to take a jaunt away from my exploration. So I'm really looking, other than that magic thing, I'm looking for more burrows to get those teeth, and bandits to get their swords.
I can't... The element... If there... The skeletal remains... The... The corpse wears a tarnished bronze armband. There's an emerald brooch tucked into a cloth bag.
Haven't decided.
There's no loot.
Ah, I finally found a bandit. I didn't get the loot. Or... or the sword. That was frustrating. So there's a trick I got from a PR person. If the thing you're battling falls down off screen, if you hit the E key near the body, you should be able to loot the body and pick up whatever.
A dried out pool. It's rocks. It's a dried out pool with a... The trees were an earth... I can't use... The trees... I have... There's no loot.
So I don't think a burrow guy will come here.
There's no... There's no...
Because of this thing in the middle. Just a guess.
I feel fresh.
Sure.
Many.
I did see shaking, right, when I entered the screen?
If there, the trees were an earth. A chasm. The Red Baron.
Just waiting for monsters to attack me.
There's no loot. There is nothing. The red. It feels. Ah,
There's nothing left I can get from spiders, so they're just annoying, especially when they venom me. Well, it really sucks that 3 of them got away. I think 4 swords is the limit based on last time. Do I have super low? Yeah, I should. I have super low. Not sure if that's a good idea. But I really like... Two mana potions was a nice bonus. Man, so frustrating. I keep seeing the burrows burrow without attacking in the middle of a battle. That's very frustrating. It's even more frustrating when my things to sell get away. It's not like I'm just doing this for money and to sort of complete the number of tasks, side tasks. Which I probably don't even need. I'm going to go ahead and save it. Please come up and attack me out here. Ooh, I never got an unidentified items. Oh, hey, that's pretty cool. Does not help me as a water mage in any way, though.
I see no point. The brittle I see no. The bed.
I expect Castle Grayskull to be up here. Holy crap! So I think I can get more than 4 Burrow's teeth. Five. That's what I came in with, so not doing too shabby.
The plants are scant.
So there's nothing obvious, but if I do... Oh, if I walk off the board... So the E key is supposed to loot the body. That just kind of sucks. I hate when those burrows come in and they're not part of the combat, because that's what I'm looking to fight. Just saying. Yeah, because I want to see if I can get another sword, more teeth. And then I need to go back to the main quest. Okay, I should be able to find out if I can pick up this guy's sword at least.
I would not waste... I would...
Okay, no more swords. I'd like to get 2 more burrows. Great. Come attack me. Okay, gotta... Okay, this is definitely a better way to get them not up close. Save, explore wastelands. Actually, I'm really just standing around in it. So what I did in my last playthrough is I walked through, well, what I thought was every board in the wasteland, and I went up, and down, and up, and down.
I would not.
I'm gonna eat some bread. But last time I thought I did that, walking up and down and going through every board, up and down and going through every board. I did not find what I found today, which was the sludge pool, or at least I didn't notice it. So I may have missed a few boards, but I doubt there's anything sort of special, extra hidden here that I didn't find in my first sort of playthrough. Or bread, let's go. It's like at this point. So I don't know what this thick leathery skin is for, nor why I needed a dead fish. Why I actually paid for those two things. Yeah, being close to him is not really helpful. Good example of a character dying off screen and unable to leave his body. Let's see if I can do something if I sort of get close. No, I walked off screen. I am coming out ahead. I have more health and mana. More health and mana than I did when I came in, so... Now, it does feel like a not a cheat, but like I'm not really an RPG player, so I did set all the combat to the easiest settings possible. So your settings here may not be as trivial as mine. And one thing I like about this game, even though we have 4 different classes and there is some aspects of sort of making your character more powerful, excuse me, it's not really a grinding game. Like, I'm not spending I would probably do better in these fights if I did like the hailstorm. I did a hailstorm against the two when they were standing together or something like that, instead of just using basically my lowest mana, lowest whatever pill. Was I? Yes, the venom is active. Do I have another? I do. Yeah. No longer being attacked by venom. Yay! I don't know if that'll kill you or if you can just walk that venom stuff off. Yay, this is our one. I don't know what the max count on the teeth is, because that I didn't hit the max count last time. Okay, I'll walk up. Now should I know if walk off the board, it's gonna be, oh no, wait, oh, awesome.
The merchant won't
There we go. That's what I was looking for. So is it 6? And so I'm gonna go to Mage's Tower, and then go to my room, because the merchant doesn't want the teeth, it wants the teeth crushed into powder, and that's the only place where there's a mortar and pedestal, I believe is the proper term. Now the first time I did this and didn't realize it crushed one set of teeth and not all 4 is what I had
The
at the
teeth
time.
have been.
So I can sell all the swords and all the powder. One thing I haven't come across yet in this game is a Biclops axe, I believe. Yet.
Many thanks.
I'm gonna hold on to this one, because I don't think I need the money. Even though it's useless to me as a water mage. I'm going to, okay, boom, spells, Flyterian Outlook. So these, I probably already said it, but man, this is so King's Quest V.
Can you take me to...
Where did you find that?
In Igenor's market quarter.
That's more than a little odd. I recognize the markings on the handle. They belong to the widow Parla, but she's been sequestered in mourning for the past month. I imagine you still wish to visit her perch, though.
You imagine correctly.
Condor can fly you there.
These scratches were made by... I can't... Can you take me to the perch of the widow Parla?
Where are you, my darling? I wait for you. There you are. What have you brought for me today? Oh, thank you. I know you love me, but you must stop bringing me these trinkets. Where do you get them from? It is not safe, my darling, especially not now. I would never tell anyone it was you. It will always be our secret. We are good at keeping secrets, are we not? No one will ever know who you really are.
Follow that mag...
So the weird thing here is he didn't bring us with him, which I was kind of expecting first time through, and why would he just follow this guy's orders?
The magpie flew to an outcropping in the mountains. The smell of the area prevented me from investigating further. I can take you there, if you like.
Can you take me to the outcropping? According to Condor, the stench from within the cave is too strong for him. Funny, I can't smell anything. The silhouette of a bat. The wick is dry, but I can't light the lamp. Can you take me to...
I forgot to light the candle. I can use the candle to light the lantern. I assume there are multiple ways to light the candle, and like a fire mage would just do it. But
My candle
this
is
how I
now
did it
burning.
as a water mage.
Can you take...
So I'm going to boost up my mana and healing. It's not because I know what's coming or anything. Why can't Dark smell this? But
The missing envoys, I presume. The burns suggest they were killed by flame projectiles, like the one that struck Falk. Lord Magail's guards may have been ordered to assassinate them. But for what purpose? Furthermore, why leave them here? And how did the perpetrator move them up here without being noticed? There is another more disturbing possibility, which I had better keep to myself for now. The envoys.
you really need to watch your health points. Wow, that one was even worse.
What is this? A conductor? It's like mine, only it has a stylized symbol on it. 2 half circles, slid apart along a dividing line. There is nothing else. This envoy wears a single gauntlet, matching the one I saw in Hawkane's perch. The dead envoy's clothing is ripped to shreds. 2 missing brass buttons have been torn from his doublet. I have found out all I can. I need to see Hawkane.
You have shown perseverance in your search for the truth. Most surprising for a human. You have also brought proof that these thefts were but the acts of a mere magpie and its misguided caretaker. Guard, bring her in.
You summoned me, noble Hawkane.
Your magpie is responsible for the recent plight surrounding our missing property. Failure to disclose this almost edged us into war.
My darling is innocent. I know him better than you know your own son.
Claw carefully, Parla. While every soul of flight may expect our care, your pet is just that, and no more than a scavenger.
You will not speak about my husband that way!
Your husband? Parla, your husband is dead, like my wife. While we both feel their loss still, there is no returning from the higher world.
But he has come back to me! I knew it the day he died, when I first saw my beloved in his new form.
We have heard enough. Guard, return her to her perch, and keep watch lest her pet return to cause more mischief.
Do not hurt my darling! He must not be kept from me!
It appears you were right, and that my son's trust was well placed. Falk grows quickly, something I have overlooked in seasons past. He has coped with the dishonor dealt him better than I could have expected.
He will succeed you admirably when his day comes. No small impairment can change that.
I will tell him you said so. Perhaps I have been too hasty to judge the humans we have protected so long. The discovery of the envoys changes everything. Their disappearance was clearly not my people's doing, though some in Ignor may believe otherwise. Yet I do not comprehend why humans would kill their own in such a manner.
I don't believe the assault on Falk was motivated by mislaid revenge, yet I am sure it is related somehow to the Envoy's demise. A lot of trouble has been taken to break your long-held alliance.
It almost succeeded.
The nature of their deaths also disturbs me, for reasons, with your forgiveness, I do not wish to discuss. I promise you, Chief Hawkane, to find out all I can as soon as my remaining tasks are completed. Once initiated, I will have greater authority to investigate on your behalf.
I would be grateful for that. Is there anything I can do to expedite proceedings?
Yes, my master sent me to collect a single griffin's egg. Can you help me?
I can tell you where to find the griffins. They nest in the mountains west of here, and are difficult creatures to approach, let alone take something from. Avoid detection when approaching the nests. Conceal yourself whenever possible. If you should be seen, you can expect an aggressive response. Act as some of our lesser kindred. Duck. Also, know that harming them or their unhatched young would do great dishonor to my people. If you are ready, my guard will take you to the griffins' nests. Farewell.
Goodbye, Chief Hawkane, and thank you.
One last thing, human. These eyes see more than your kind could ever hope to behold, and see more still when they look upon yours. Hunger is a trait common upon many, for what one wants and cannot have. Be wary of such desires. As we say, to prey upon more than a talon's share is to lose sight of one's horizon.
Thank you, Chief Hawkane.
The bird just flew across. Before I go to the Griffin Egg, I'm gonna chat with... see if he has any insight or any more information for me. No.
Drop by. I've never seen that.
She would not. Can you take me to the griffin nesting grounds?
Meet me on the western plateau once you have the egg.
So, I see 4 different types of eggs here. This one looks already cracked, or already hatched. This one, these 2 look cracked. This one looks whole. So I grabbed the whole one last time. Let's try... Huh.
This thing had better not.
It looks like a whole thing in the inventory, so let's see what happens.
This griffin's egg is just an empty shell.
Okay.
I can only carry... I've placed... This griffin's egg is just...
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I did pretty good going back and forth. I'm going to assume that's an empty shell too. Yes, spoiling myself.
I don't think...
I like the
I
electrical
could try to
animation.
discover where this stylized conductor came from. The training hall would be a good start. Or I could just get on with my trials.
See, I think I missed a whole segment. Actually, it's a good time to save. Well, as soon as I get into the training hall. Oh, the training hall. Okay. Training hall.
Were you looking for Varna, Initiate? So was I. It's strange. He doesn't appear to be anywhere in the tower. You wish to speak with me, Initiate?
If you have time.
It is whether you have time. However, if you decide to spend your precious moments conversing with an old, soon-to-be retired master, I will not stop you. I have served this tower my whole life, or so it seems. I have no regrets. You are lucky. There are some which are not nearly as well regulated as this one. Our order awaits you, Initiate. Be ready. Our cast includes many notable mentions. Are you interested in our history? Perhaps you might have heard of Mage Tenero, a well-remembered figure, if not well-liked. He burned down 6 villages out of pure enjoyment before he was caught and contained.
So he was completely unstable with no moral code?
Without a doubt. Yet he will be remembered all the same. The position has not yet been decided. As you have likely heard, it is down to Phileum and Varner. I will say no more. I have done all I set out to do. To ask for more seems disrespectful to my element. They are not to be questioned, only their will observed and obeyed. 1,000 flasks of Mage's water could not purify as well. Tolerance goes both ways. I see greatness in you. I know you will not let your tower down. I know not where he is. It is unusual for Varner to depart the tower without telling anybody. May your trials fare well, Initiate. That symbol, it looks vaguely familiar, but I can't quite place it. Where did you say you found this? What? Lord Maguile's own envoys? You had better not be fabricating this for your own amusement. At my age, I do not take kindly to immature pranks.
I assure you, Master Pyres, that I speak only the truth.
If what you say is accurate, then one of our own. No, we must not jump to conclusions. Was there anything else? Someone attacked the Flightarian heir? In this current climate, that is tantamount to treason. Whoever is responsible, mage or no, will be severely punished. Young Dark, you have my full authority to investigate this and discover all you can. We must see this wretched criminal incinerated. I mean, brought to justice. I should not have spoken so. Forgive me. Though the flame may dwindle, it flares all the same. I'm afraid from what you have told me that the culprit is undeniably a mage, for none else could have used a conductor. Also, the deceased's injuries, as you've described them, and the telling choice of tactic used to cripple the Flightarian prince implicates a fire mage. Whoever is behind this, whatever the motives, I feel certain that this is not the end of it. I am sure you have reached the same conclusion. Enlist whatever help you must, but be selective. We do not yet know if this traitor to the peace had an ally or accomplice. Use caution. Why don't you show the symbol on the conductor to that young Earth Mage? He is certain to know something, or at least could point you in the right direction.
Thank you, Master Pyres. I will not fail you.
I have no doubt of that, but do not thank me. I fear this task, on the day of your initiation no less, will teach you more than you would wish to learn. Just remember what I have said.
Why would this hall... That act... Sometime, I would love to see someone try to swim with those. For all I know, this breastplate... It's a...
Initiate. Do not allow prejudice to blind you, or our killer may yet slip through your fingers.
Made it through the second round? I'll have to change my bet.
What?
I'm joking, Dark.
Of course you are. Bort, do you know anything about this?
Now that symbol rings a chime. I've got it. You should be able to find the book you're looking for. Go ahead.
Not all of them moved on, it seems. It's a shame the members of this group are not listed. Who was this ringleader?
To be honest, I do not know much more than you do.
There's a twist.
I haven't read everything, you know. Not yet, anyway. Tell you what, why don't you ask Jonas? He would certainly have been around back then. He might remember something.
Was that supposed to be a joke?
Stranger things have happened, especially in this tower. Sorry I can't help you further. Why the sudden interest in this, if I may ask? You were never this keen on local history.
Let's just say it's for personal reasons and leave it at that.
All right, fine. If you don't want to tell me.
That's just it. I'm not sure what to tell you yet, or whether it's wise to say anything at all.
Secretive and enigmatic. Look, I do not mean to pry. If there is anything I can do to help, you know where to find me.
Thank you, Bort.
Don't mention it. I have mine somewhere. Haven't used it since I lost a bet and had to duel Duggan in the Botanic Hall. Those bruises taught me a valuable lesson. Books beat brass. I don't believe there are any more books in this hall about that subject. You will need to make do with the one I already told you about.
Phileum won't speak to me. He's giving me a... Jonas, can you tell me about the severed...
Severed square, severed sphere, severed...
circle? Jonas, I need you to look at something and think back. Bort said you might be able to...
Not right now. I am observing a rare mating ritual between a pair of scaled sparrows. They spend less than 2% of their time out of the water. Shireen told me about them. Fascinating woman, isn't she? What was I saying? Oh yes, the sparrows. Must watch. No distractions, please.
As you wish, Jonas. Shouldn't be too difficult.
What's that?
Nothing.
Kindly get out of the way.
His focus is on the telescope. Maybe I can attract his attention that way.
Great mists of Marleyeen!
Recognize something?
That symbol. Have I seen it somewhere before?
Many years ago. You were here when a group of young mages tried to break away from...
I've got it! It was many years ago. A group of young mages tried to break away from our order. Not a bad memory, hmm?
Second to none, Jonas. Is there anything else you can recall about them? Perhaps the ringleader? He was never found by the...
I seem to recall that the ringleader was never found. What was his name? A bearded chap? But then the fire types do like their beards, don't they? Something along the lines of Brasham, that's it.
Brasham? What else can you tell me about him?
Who?
Please, Jonas, concentrate. Brasham.
Shireen.
What? No, we were talking about...
She knew him.
Really?
Quite well, I think. You would have to ask her, though.
I will do that. Thank you, Jonas.
For what? Oh, my dear boy, you...
A young Flightarian over...
I must have told you.
Wait, you saw...
What?
Who attacked...
Why?
To start a war.
When?
Soon.
How?
You...
What?
Who would...
A cumulus cloud would make a
I am glad you have returned safely from the mountains. Jonas assured me you would be all right among the Flightarians, but I was worried all the same.
I am fine, Shireen. Honest.
Why would I... That was long ago, and I was a very young initiate at the time.
But you remember something about it?
I have no specific memory, I'm afraid. Of course, we all do foolish things in our formative years, though most don't push the boundaries to that extent.
To what extent? I thought you said you didn't remember anything.
Only vague recollections. If you don't mind, I would rather discuss other things. How do you know about... No, I cannot help you. You found this? Where?
On the dead body of Lord Miguel's envoy. You knew someone called Brasham who led a group represented by this symbol. Do you think he had anything to do with this?
No, I do not believe it. Brasham would never...
Shireen, I have to know. I am investigating on behalf of our masters. One of us did this. A fire mage, most likely. If you can tell me anything.
All right. But you must promise not to judge him prematurely, okay? I have ways to tell if you are lying.
I know that well enough. And yes, I promise.
Very well. Where shall I begin? He and I... No, it starts long before that. Brasham had a troubled past. Even at the age of 6, setting foot in Ignor's tower for the first time, there was anger in his eyes. Yet, from the moment we met, I felt a connection. I saw him as the younger sibling I never had. As years passed, we grew closer. Our relationship changed. I could sense the burn of his anguish waning. By the time we were both initiated, well, let us say the wisdom of our forebears blinded them to the success of such pairings. It was around this time that Brasham had involved himself with a group of like-minded men. Boys, really, who believed the old ways were the better ways. You know our history, from a time when mages ruled with harsh words and harsher magic, before giving that awful task over to our giftless brethren.
The Nogs.
Dark!
I'm sorry. Non-mages.
That's better. It was not long before this company, young minds veiled by pride and recklessness, began planning a breakaway from the Order of Dominatra. They petitioned the initiates, even the younger ones, to join their cause, allowing their message to spread to nearby towns. They barely spared a thought for what might follow. Yet, even here, so far from the capital, their activities were noticed. The authorities arrived without announcement or fanfare, and like a silent whirlwind, rounded up the guilty parties. When Brasham found me, his face full of fear, I saw the once sunken anger resurfacing in those beautiful eyes. I had to help him, lest he cause harm to himself or others. I used my powers of deception and influence, the most potent of water gifts, to shield him from any who might seek him out. As per the limitations of my magic, he would be forced to stay within the boundaries of Iganor. Nor could he draw near our tower, for those who watch on our High Master's behalf would surely detect him.
Were you not suspected of aiding him?
Few knew Brasham and I were. Let's just say we were discreet. Of course, I was questioned along with most others, even required to gaze into a sphere of truth, normally reserved for those dreadful interrogations. I passed their flawed tests. How could I confess to having helped a criminal when I had never known anyone I'd termed such?
Very clever.
A fluid mind cannot be broken. Remember that well, student of water.
Where is Brasham now?
The only place he could find solitude and relative safety. Bloodbark Forest.
Can you be more specific?
I cannot. My magic conceals him, but it works both ways. So long as he stays within my field of influence, he is hidden from my sight, as from all others.
How can I find him?
You will need the most precious of gifts, your senses.
Great.
If you do find him, remember your promise to me, and tell him that I...
What?
Nothing. It doesn't matter. I wish you luck, and may you discover who is truly behind these horrible events. Brasham is innocent. I know him better than we do our elements, and may mine forgive me for saying so. Brasham had one, as did all those who belonged to that group.
Just the one?
To the best of my knowledge, yes. Ask. Yeah, you know
the
dark. That's it was when I were few I of.
I've been playing just over 2 hours, I think. I nearly need to go to bed. I am going to cut this off for the evening. This is interesting. I sort of accidentally skipped over this thread the first time around. So I know go into the forest and search for the guy. Probably going to take time to map the forest, which I haven't done. I know I found a clearing, which I assume is what I'll be looking for this time. Oh, and maybe I can find some Biclops, I think they were called, and sell some of those. So, thank you everybody for watching.